All right, let's look at the homework 10.4, problem number 7. All right, so we have two curves in polar coordinate polar equation, and we want to find the intersections. All right, so let's do that. All right, so since we're looking for the intersection point, I'm going to just set them equal to each other. All right, so we have sine of theta is equal to sine of 2 theta, right? So sine of 2 theta, we can use the one of the trig identity. It's same thing as 2 sine of theta cosine of theta, right? So I'm going to put everyone on one side. So let's see, I'm going to just put 2 sine of theta cosine theta on the other side. So I'm basically subtracting 2 sine of theta cosine of theta. So we get sine of theta, which was originally there, minus 2 sine of theta cosine of theta is equal to 0, right? Right, so since we have a common factor, so we're going to have a sine of theta is a common factor, so factor it out. We're going to get 1 minus 2 cosine of theta, right? That's still equal to 0, right? So we know that, so there are a couple of possibilities here. So we can either make sine of theta equal to 0, or if you make this guy right here, equal to 0. So cosine has to be 1/2, right? So so we can do a cosine of theta is equal to 1/2. Right? Then let's see. So theta is looks like theta is between 0 and 2 pi. All right. So let's find such angles. Yeah. So here this is going to be. All right. So we have to find the angle that makes sine equal to 0. So theta is going to be either 0 or pi. Right? And the 2 pi is not included, so we have to stop there. And how about the angle that makes cosine equal to 0? So let's see, theta is going to be equal to, let's see, pi over 2? Oh, sorry, pi over 3. So pi over 3, or I'll go, let's see, pi over 3 and then 5 pi over 3. Right, and then we have to stop because next one is going to be beyond 2 pi. All right, so we got that. All right, then let's find the R value for each one. So here, if sine is 0, theta is 0, then we get R is equal to sine of 0, so it's going to be 0, right? And theta equals pi, it's actually going to be the same place, right? Because r is going to be 0 too. So I mean, I can write that. So theta is equal to pi. Sine of pi is 0. R equals 0. Right? So this means that it's going to hit the origin. Right? And so so maybe these two gives you let's see, r theta. I mean, these are exactly the same point because r is 0 anyway. So if you put 0 or if you put pi, it's going to be the origin, right? And then other cases, pi over 3. So if theta is equal to pi over 3, then r is equal to sine of pi over 3 is the square root of 3 over 2, right? And then if theta is equal to 5 pi over 3. So r is equal to, right, so this is a tricky one. Sine of 5 pi over 3 is actually negative square root of 3 over 2, right? So let's see. So maybe I should draw a picture here. So what we have is this. All right. So angle is 5 pi over 3. So that means that angle is actually over here. So you have to go 5 pi over 3. So it looks like that. So this is 5 pi over 3. And so it goes like that. But R value is actually negative, so it actually goes this way, right? Which actually makes here, this angle is going to be, right, 5 pi over 3 minus, a pi, so it's going to be actually just a 2 pi over 3. Then we can think of it as a positive square root of 3 over 2 with the angle 2 pi over 3 instead of 5 pi over 3. Right, so this is going to give you, r comma theta is equal to, so initially we get this, right, negative square root of 3 over 2 comma 5 pi over 3. But this is really exactly the same point as a square root of 3 over 2, then only goes 2 pi over 3. Right? Right? Oh, I forgot to write this one. This is r comma theta is going to be square root of 3 over 2. Then you have a pi over 3. All right, so let's type it in. All right, so we got the origin. I guess we have to type in pole for that. So P-O-L-E, right? Then the next one is square root of 3 over let's see, where is it? Over 2, comma, angle was a pi over 3, right? And the next one is square root of 3 over 2, comma, 2 pi over 3, right? So let's check the answer. All right, I came back and looks like we got all 3 correctly. All right, that's it. I hope that this was clear.